do not want to give somebody a firearm that's got a section 102 or section 103 against them. So we make sure that the fingerprints are taken. I've got a division that only does that. And we make sure that we test you and make sure that you are vetted. So yes, Commissioner, that is being done. I can promise you that. And we've picked up quite a lot of things, because if you obtain or are arrested when you maybe are on leave, or you will not pick it up. If it is that it's maybe in uniform, it's easier. So that is a mechanism for us as well in Tshwane that we pick that up. So I can guarantee you that, yes, we are very strict when it comes to that.
I think you'll agree with me that we don't want criminals within the force.
Commissioner, one thing that I hate is a criminal in uniform.
Yes. And then the last one, sorry, I have to go back to the issue of security clearance, and I don't want you to reveal state secrets here. Maybe let's just keep it to what the terms of reference of this commission are, and maybe the allegations against Deputy Commissioner Dlamini. What does it entail if somebody has to undergo this process and they get a security clearance? What is it that SSA is looking for? And please don't disclose state security, and don't disclose how they go about the process. I'm just looking at what are they looking for to ensure that the wrong people do not get appointed to these senior positions.
Commissioner, I will just be very umbrella, because I just received my top secret, meaning I must make sure that I keep that top secret and I'm not arrested. So, Commissioner, obviously they look at your financials. They also look at your associates. They look at quite a few things. I think it is a very, very good, you go, with the top secret, you go for polygraph as well. You are subjected to a polygraph. They interview also people that you previously worked with, obviously family members, etc., but it's quite an extensive process, and it's a very good process. Within SSA, they actually they also do the lifestyle audit, I will say. So I will say it's a very, very good assessment that they do. And it is something that should be written in your advert. So before you even, if you look at the advert and we know from the start you've got integrity. If you don't want to the job and you must go for your clearance, you must not even apply. Stay whatever you want to do. So I think it's important that we must bring it in, like you have said, Commissioner, we need to put it from certain levels, we need to put it in the advertisement and make sure you either going to object yourself to one, because we do know it is a process that we say that we will start the process with you, or that you will come with my one. They wanted me to come with my security clearance already.
Thank you. Mr. Skakan.
Thank you, Commissioner. Please proceed. Apologies, perhaps before you go there, the 18.5, that's the vacant position. How long has this been vacant?
This position has been vacant for a while. We did start the process. I think we've started the process already. I'm speaking under correction, is fit for purpose. So if I'm going to appoint a Deputy Commissioner for Specialized Services, it will be a person that will be able to perform the function. So I will rather, if the candidates are not fit, I will rather then make sure that we re-advertise. So that is the only reason why the position hasn't been filled yet.
Just to be clear, how long is a while?
When I came, it was already vacant.
Okay, thank you.
Can I continue?
Please.
The TMPD is a municipal police service of the Tshwane Metropolis, City of Tshwane, and we receive a budget allocation from the city to run its operations and to fulfill its mandate. As such, the officials of the TMPD work closely with city officials from other departments, both administratively and operationally. The TMPD does not procure services on its own. Instead, it is the city supply chain management finance department that does the procurement and management of contracts, authorizing services and payments of such services. However, we do play a role that we have to make sure that in the department of Deputy Commissioner Dlamini, that he needs to process the invoices and create certain documents in order to go to the CFO, accounts payable, and then he must also make sure there's checks and balances before it goes to the department of the CFO, who is responsible for the payment if they are happy with whatever documents is submitted to them or on the system.
Payments are at a later stage of the process, that is, after appointments have been made. In this sentence, you say that the TMPD provides input into the procurement process from inception. What role exactly does it play at those earlier stages, that is before an appointment has been made?
Are you referring to the tenders, Commissioner?
Let's look at, maybe you'll clarify what you mean. Let's look at your last sentence of paragraph 20.
Yes, that is what I mean, but...
However, the TMPD as the end user will provide input into the procurement process. I understand that to refer to stages before the actual appointment, because when you substantiated, you referred to a role that's played by Deputy Commissioner Lamini's section, that role being, or rather, that role relating to payments.
Yes.
So my point is, payments are at a very late stage, which is the procurement process has actually been finalized. A contract is in place, and then there are payments to the successful bidder once services have been provided. So what I'm saying is you refer to procurement process, which I understand to refer to a stage before an appointment.
Commissioner, there's also, Chairperson, there is a stage before as a technical. If you want to procure any equipment,
Yes.
you as the technical expert will have to assist, especially when it comes to the beginning stage, BEC, or bid specifications, BSc. You need to assist them with what exactly is the product that you as the law enforcer wants, because the civilian person won't know. So you will obviously, we will start with what is the end, what do you want the product to do? And then from them, you obviously work your way back. So there we assist with technical expertise. However, when it comes to the supply chain management, it is completely with the CFO. And he's also the chairperson of the BAC, and then etc. But we must give that technical, and even if we give the technical advice, there's always somebody from supply chain management that also guide them in terms of the supply chain management policy.
Just to make sure I understand, what you've referred to specifically is the bid specification.
Specifications.
Because TMPD will actually be the client in this instance.
Yes.
And therefore they should be involved in the bid specification, what exactly is required. You've specified that. Is there anything else that you would mention in which TMPD participates before the actual appointment, before the conclusion of a contract?
It should only be, as I said, as a technical advice to assist with that. But it should not be to be part of the supply chain management when it is their role. That is their role. So we should not be involved in that part.
Not in the bid evaluation, not in the bid adjudication, not at those stages of the process.
It must be the department of the CFO that must be involved in all of that, because there is If people also like, if this is they take it to the CFO, will identify where it must go, and then they will do it in terms of if you are meeting the requirements of obviously of the advertisement or of the product, and there are things that is non-negotiable. You must meet it, and then so they will do that type of make sure that whoever is there is compliant in terms of what they are looking for.
Thank you, thank you.
Commissioner, you're discussing the tender process, as I understand it. Can I just ask a slightly different question? We've had evidence about the procurement of ad hoc security services. Now, as I understood the evidence, the companies that are required or that are requested to provide that service are already on a panel, right? So you've done that tender process, and now you have a panel, and you must select ad hoc services from that panel. What is the role or the involvement of Deputy Commissioner Dlamini in that process of selecting who the companies that are invited to now provide ad hoc services at any site?
Commissioner, that should be with APSS. That should be strictly with the Asset Protection Security Service Department, because that's why you've got people appointed there that will fulfill that role.
So that will fall under Deputy Commissioner Spies?
Yes, 100%, Commissioner.
Okay. Maybe then explain a little bit more. What do you mean when you say that Deputy Commissioner Dlamini is involved with procurement? You have clarified the payment processes, invoices. But apart from that, what does it mean that he's responsible for procurement?
His role is administration and support. Meaning if you're an operational person, you won't know the SCM processes or procurement processes or how to get to the procurement. So he is there to support, assist them to if I am if I am specialized services and I require maybe dog food, for example, he must assist me, and I am the person that know what the dogs need. If they need nutrition, if they need a vet, when must they get the injections, etc. So I will have that. He will make sure that I do it the correct way, because as an operational person, you won't know how to follow that. So he will have to assist, but they can also do it on their own. But they can go to him to ask for assistance as well.
Sticking with that example, that kind of procurement, it doesn't go to the city. It is something that gets sorted out at TMPD level. Is that what your explanation means?
No, all procurement goes to the city. We don't ourselves procure. No, Commissioner. All procurement processes are finalized by the CFO.
Okay.
It goes to the CFO. It goes to the BAC.
Okay.
All procurement. There's nothing that TMPD on their own will have their own little BACs, and that. We will just be as I said, we will assist in attending because we are the expert, and we will also assist in getting the specifications right. However, everything is with the CFO. We do not have a department. He doesn't have his own department. He is also not a CFO.
Okay, just to make sure I understand. So the administrative person or operational person that you say must obtain or get dog food, that's a person sitting at the city, not TMPD.
Not TMPD at the
Okay,
city.
thank you. That clarifies it. Thank you.
At the city.
I think we sort of got lost, Commissioner Faro, because when Commissioner Baloyi asked you a question, she had moved on from a normal tender process and was asking about ad hoc security services. And the question was, in that process, does TMPD play a part? And I had understood the evidence we had before the Easter break to be that the person who issues purchase orders is actually somebody from the TMPD. So I'm a little confused now when you say it's the city, it's not TMPD. Because then how does Mr. Mnisi, and we'll come to him later on, how does he get involved in all these things that we've come to know about?
Commissioner, yes, I think there's a little bit of confusion. If it is, remember that tender or that month-to-month is already in place.
Yes.
So yes, there will be a creation by our side.
And when
However,
you say your side, TMPD,
it will be TMPD, it will
Of
be
the
by
purchase orders.
administrative, it will be
Yes.
under administrative and support.
Yes.
They will create that. But in order for them, and then the invoice must come, the person responsible by APSS must make sure the invoice that he must make sure it gets stamped, and yes, we did deploy 10 security guards ad hoc at the Madlanga Commission. And then it must be verified because we also have people that go check. We must make sure that your check-in is verified. So once that invoice, then you're supposed to only process that invoice.
So to that extent, TMPD does play a part in procurement.
Yes, if it comes to that part, but when it comes to payment, it goes to the CFO to pay after he has also is satisfied that the documents that we've done our checks and balances.
And Commissioner, why are you trying to implicate the Madlanga Commission now? You're putting us on trial, and that was not the purpose of the question.
I've got a
Are
punchline
you
when I'm
forcing
done.
Chair to come and give evidence now?
I've got a punchline, Commissioner, when I'm done.
Thank you.
Can I just interfere or continue so that we follow this? Are you saying that in the entire procurement process, other than at specification stage, the TMPD does not play a role? For example, no one from TMPD would sit in the BEC committee, in the bid evaluation committee?
But the evaluation committee is the chairperson there is the CFO if it comes to the city of Tshwane. He is the chairperson of the bid evaluation committee.
I'm just following up from the question from the chair. Would there be someone from the TMPD?
TMPD play a role with like we said, with the bid specifications. Like today, Deputy Commissioner Spies is in the BEC. He will be there. But with the bid evaluation committee, the chairperson there is the CFO. So yes, we do play a role. However, the chairperson is there. The CFO is the chairperson there.
Okay, thank you. And
Say bid evaluation committee is chaired by the CFO, you mean the bid adjudication committee?
The
because that's
BAC. The BAC.
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 Yes, thank
The
you.
BAC is the chairperson.
and who is
Just to make, please go ahead,
no,
please go
it's fine.
ahead.
I was just
Mrs.
following up,
Khan.
but
Oh,
go on,
all
Chair.
right, all right. Just to make sure I understand, I understood perfectly when you said that the TMPD plays a role in the bid specification process. That I understood, because it's the client, as it were. So, and it is a TMPD that knows what they want.
Yes.
Now you said Deputy Commissioner Spies is at the, did you mean
BEC.
BE, Bid Evaluation
Evaluation
Committee,
Committee.
not adjudication, so BEC.
Yes.
What role exactly does he play there? Is he a member of the BEC or does he have observer status?
Obviously, he will have to make sure also when he's there as the product expert, let me put it that way.
Is he a member? Is he a member?
Yes, he will then be a member, and he will be then appointed by the city manager, gives you that later.
Okay. That's exactly what I was trying to establish earlier when I asked you what role exactly the TMPD plays. And what you emphasized was the role that it plays in the bid specification process. So I now hear something additional, which is participation even in the BEC.
Yes.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you may have left out?
You've
Just in
said
the procurement process,
If you appoint, although you have administration and support, but if you have a product expert, that person will be the project manager from TMPD. I just wanted to add that, and it will come into context later. Say Deputy Commissioner Spies now by the BEC. So it won't be that the Deputy Commissioner of Admin and Support is running that role, or it will be Deputy Commissioner Spies because it is in relation to his product or his area of, or his scope.
yes.
So that is why he is there. I just wanted to make that clear.
Oh, yeah.
That's why he is there.
So if it relates to
So we-
some other section, it will be another
will be-
deputy, the relevant deputy.
You are correct,
All right,
Chair.
thank you.
You are
Thank you.
correct. Relevant to the product.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Commissioner.
Chair.
Can I just, I do apologize that we said we'll try and not interrupt you, but I just want to clarify a few things, Chair, and I wouldn't want to saddle you with picking up files, but I just put it on the record. That's file 2 and page 1. Could you please just assist? Now, this is at specification level for the initial tender, the security tender. Let's just. Are you there, Commissioner?
I'm there. Thank you.
Thank you. So you'll see this relates to, you'll see that relates to the security tender TMPD 02, 2015-2016. At the top.
The number before the years
Is
2015
20,
slash
yes,
2016
2015-2016.
is merged.
Yeah.
On my copy, I assume
Is
it's
it
the same
merged?
with
Apologies, Chair, I'm just making one point truly. It's
Yeah.
not relevant as such. But what we.
But from the content, do you agree with Mr. Skakane that that's the tender?
I just want to, Commissioners, as you can see there, if you go to contact person, for example, and the person there, as I explained now, that was the product expert.
Before you go there, do you want to please confirm what Mr. Sikakane wanted you to confirm, which is the tender number? Whether it's what, 02, Mr. Sikakane?
Is it,
Apologies, it looks like 02.
this is 02.
Yes, oh, okay.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, all right.
Essentially, my point is that obviously this relates to guarding services. But what we see there is a certain, as a contact person, as you've started, is Director Malachi. Who's Director Malachi?
Director Malachi is the Director for Protection Services by APSS.
And ordinarily, does he report to you?
He reports to Deputy Commissioner Spies.
Okay. And then, so this is at this point of specification. If we go further, at page 202, I do apologize.
Where do we see here, Mr. Sikakane, that this is about specification? Just refer us to the relevant part.
Oh, apologies, Chair. I think it's literally from the point where it's starting from what's this thing? Compulsory briefing session for the tender. But it's not that there is a word
All
that
right,
says
okay.
specification.
All right. All right, please continue.
Thank you. But I'll refer to Chair, but at 202, this is the process, this is where this tender is being at valuation level. In the middle of the page, there's PD valuation committee members. You see that?
Yes, I see it.
And you see that Mr. Chugut Malachi is part of the BEC.
Yes, I see.
Okay. Thank you. The point I was just making is the involvement of TMPD in the entire process. Thank you, Chair.
Perhaps, Commissioner, Mrs. Kakani, the answer to the chairperson's question, you find it in file 1 at page 57. That's part of the, I think that document is called the Supply Chain Management Policy. If you go to page 57, and then paragraph 2 right at the bottom tells you who constitutes the BEC, and paragraph B thereof. Do you see where I'm reading, Commissioner? That file 1 that had your statement,
Oh, and that's file 2.
the one that has your statement?
On my statement?
Yes,
Okay.
the file that has your statement.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner.
At page 57, so
Yes.
this is the supply chain management policy that we are looking at, and at 57, 2B, it tells you who, in fact, 2 tells you who makes up the BEC, and B says it will be composed of officials from the departments requiring the goods and services. I think that's the answer to the chairperson's question, who is in the BEC and what is their role. You see that?
Yes, I see that, Commissioner.
Thank you.
I see that, Commissioner.
Thank you,
Yes.
Mr. Skakan.
Thank you. Please
Thank you,
proceed.
Commissioner.
Is there anything that stops Mr. Mnisi from appointing an official from TMPD into the BAC? Is that precluded? Because he's the one who constitutes these committees. Is there anything that stops him from appointing the same Mr. Malachi to be a member of the BAC?
Commissioner, if I can see what you are referring to, then I can maybe. I know that Evans Leader has now pointed out in terms of the BEC and as well as the BS conditions that are now that Commissioner Baloya has now made clear here. If there's any way that if we come there, if you can just point that out